For this session, we'll be looking at IRT. That's Immediate Release Technique. This is a technique that I teach to my clients for a number of reasons. First of all, it's a great tool to have in your toolbox. Anytime you get triggered about anything. It could be anger, sad, anything that doesn't feel good. You can use this technique to help shift your energy, your perspective, and the way you feel in the moment. Another reason I give it is because between sessions, between rapid eye sessions, sometimes the neural pathways continue to fire and you continue processing. So this is one of the ways that we help to guarantee that everyone is safe between sessions. If anything starts coming up, you just do your IRT and you're feeling right back centered again. So there's three components to it. Let's begin with the statement. The statement that we use with IRT is I trade in my blank for blank. Now, in the blanks, you want to fill in an emotion. So it could be sad, angry. If you're feeling anxious and stressed, you may want to ask yourself what's behind that. Okay, you can trade in, I trade in my anxiety for, but usually the anxiety has another layer to it, and it's often some kind of fear. So for today, let's just use as an example, I trade in my fear for love. Okay, so you always want to take a look and say, what would I rather be feeling right now? And just fill in the blanks. And you can use this several times a day. So the statement is, I trade in my fear for love. Now, the next component to this is going to be the eyes. Very important to get your eyes moving. Okay, we're accessing the left and the right brain by doing this, and we're also accessing the NLP modalities. The different parts of the brain that NLP identify can be accessed through eye movement. So what we're doing is looking all the way to the left, all the way to the right. So you may want to even use your finger when you first start doing this just to train your eyes. You're doing a big zigzag. You're coming down to your heart center, zigzagging back and forth. Excuse me, going left to right a few times, and then coming up. Okay? Here we go. And that's what the eyes look like. You're making a big Zorro in front of your face. The next part is tapping. So we're using the EFT tapping points. It's right here, and here, here, here. These 2 points, by the way, are embarrassment and shame. So if you happen to be in a situation or just feeling either or both of those, just take a few minutes and tap right here. Okay. The next spot is going to be the K27s. You find those by finding your collarbone and then letting your hands drop down, and you're going to find a little divot. It's right in there. The next spot is spleen points. That's under your arms. Okay, just kind of dig around a little till you find a tender spot. Sides of the hands. And then between the knuckles of the pinky and the ring finger on both hands. Okay, so now let's put it all together. We're going to start tapping and moving the eyes left to right, zigzagging down. And the statement is, I trade in my fear for love. I trade in my fear for love. I trade in my fear for love. And you want to say it at least 3 times on each spot. You'll start to feel the energy shifting, and that'll guide you as to how many times you need to say it. I trade in my fear for love. 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 And let's stop here and squeeze tight 3 times. Yeah. And 3 big breaths. Okay, and do 2 more of those, so you have 3 big breaths. And then you come down. And you continue with the rest of the body, and the eyes moving side to side. I trade in my fear for love. 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 And you squeeze tight 3 times. And 3 big breaths. And that's the immediate release technique. You can use it anytime. You happen to be triggered, you can go to work, you can go to the bathroom, just stand in there for a couple of minutes and go through your tapping. And if you happen to have the presence of mind to think of it, before you start the process, ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where is this anger or where is this fear? Okay, let's say it's a 9 out of 10. You go through the process, give yourself a couple of minutes, and then ask again. Say, okay, where is that? And you'll notice that it's way down, maybe even gone. What I notice when I do it is that maybe 2 to 5 minutes later, I'll realize that my attention is completely off of what the issue was, that I'm not feeling it anymore, and that it's gone, I'm on to doing something else. So it's a very freeing technique. It really helps you to shift out of the space that you're into a much more balanced and pleasant place. And that's really what we're here for, is to be happy. Okay, that's IRT. Thank you.